Cebu General Assembly, a round of applause. Opinion nasa Zoom, please, a round of applause. Okay, now, at the last time we had a meeting, the UAC network was in 2018. Yeah, a lot of things happened. It's not that we don't like the UAC to pursue, no, but busy na kita tanan. The new outfits came in, and then new initiatives came in, community, and then there is this what we call this sort of initiative from the Department of Trade and Industry to really help our theater industry and all the projects that we have in the region and also in the community na dapat nato i-promote sa atong circle, no? Mo nang na nag-gather ka kayo. What the perfect time for us to gather again. So we have few people in the Zoom. We have Sir Alan Nazareno, Miss Aya Kinaadman. We also have from Mr. Neil Villarero. Miss Aya Kinaadman, ikaw yung sorry. Sorry, Lieza. Okay, so we are also going to be a little bit informal this afternoon, no? Pero there will be a lot of things for us to discuss. So now later on we will also know the history of UAC from our head coordinator and network manager, Sir Rudy Aviles. And okay, we also would like to acknowledge the members of the UAC network, the different organizations work here, which is here. We have Penny Ong from Vaudeville Production. Hello. The roll call will just for the record. Okay. We also have first Broadway Youth Cebu, Mr. Alan Nazareno. And then we have from Project Thespians Club, we have Tatay Sani Altudola. Also from Broadway Youth Cebu, Mr. Gerald Belendoca, right? I'm representing the Darta Theater Company. And then we have Mr. Neil Villarejo from the Teatro de San Pedro Calixto, right? And Chuy Villareza also from the Extensive. Oh yeah, Chuy. And then GPA Performance Design. EPA Correct. And then, of course, our league of consultants. We have here Nanay Benita Pasilan over there. Say hi. And you can see the camera. It's now zooming to you. And of course, Sir Bill Fernandez will be here later on. Dr. Hope from the Simone Studies of USC will also be here. And our main speaker, will be, of course, our network manager, Mr. Rudy Aviles. Natawag na Bandalan. We also have from UC TWC, Theater Workshop Company, presented by Mr. Alfie Kena. Hi. So basically, we intend to call the head of each theater organization plus two representatives. And maybe some of them will be coming back. But since more than 50% naman, the members at UAC ang natin is mafollow na lang. Okay? There are a lot of agenda that we need to talk about. And let me present to you the program by after this one, will be welcomed by and then again to talk about how UAC started at the network long time ago, 2018. No, earlier, 2013. Yes. How we started from a collaborative production into a network of artists. How it also and sorry, Sir Jugyo Tomundo is also here. Sir Jugyo Tomundo is from different because it's something different right now, and also from is it out of the box for that Sir Jude, sa ganito ang grupo. Sir Jude, got it so bad. Sir Jude, kita mo na Facebook out right now. Offbeats production for your podcast. And right now he is doing cloud. Mr. Choi Castellano is also here representing UYTC, Young Test Association. Thank you very much. Ako pinakalimutan sa Zoom. Okay. And then, after that, there will be some sort of reporting on aggregates or classifications of different groups, no, in a community. Sorry. We have to come up with a classification of what UAC really is. No? And Shaduri will give us an enlightenment, of what a network is, what are the other forms of groups or collaborative initiatives. So just para klaro lang sa tanan kung unsa ang network, kung unsa ang nature sa education. After that one, we'll be presenting the sentences from the survey that everyone filled from last week. The survey was sent to our group chat, and we'll know the answers of the different organizations, and we'll try to analyze the answers, try to determine the challenges, the need, and even the strength of UAC in general. Then after that one, we'll move with open forum. So with the open forum, I think because we're doing blended meeting here, the physical meeting is also people from Zoom. In case there will be people who want to express their ideas or wants to answer certain questions from the Zoom, you may just raise your virtual hand, and then our creative assistant here, Miss Aya, will determine kung isa to ni Saka silang kamot, and we'll just represent physically. Okay, someone's asking from Zoom. And then that's going to be only for to make it order. Also acknowledging Mr. Mario Apostol from Badian, Municipality Badian. He is direct from he's handling the special program for the arts in Badian National High School. So, all right. So let's all welcome Mr. Rudy Aviles for welcome remarks and discussion of UAC down in the weather. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm hapon. And then, sorry gamay kayo. Yeah, preparation gamay ang kuan sa tungod sa ka-excited lady atong tapok-tapok. So welcome to the tapok-tapok of UAC. So in brief lang, pasok na lang natin kay uwan na ba? Uwan na niya kung budag pa niya. Anyway, so what we just want to happen now for the tapok is for us to have a general view and have the person decide later on how do we want UAC to move. No? Let us remember way back in 2013, why UAC was formed was because of this basic. No? We wanted to raise funds and we came together, and then it was a fundraiser thing. No? Fundraising at the same time, fundraising. Like abot na international theater organization during that. So after lisod kay ning tulong, sige lang nag-abot nga ang atong abutan kay tungod sa patay. So mag-abot ta karon nga gusto nato mag-abot ta kay tungod kay para sa mga buti. So mo na gusto nato na direction na. Yes. Yeah. Oh, and then after that, mga natong bansa na tayo yung so, ang UAC nilid na sa Bakong Buhol, Bakong Subo, Bugo, daghan kay tagipabangon. No? Nagkaka na kibabaho, kanya kita. Nagsige na kita lingkod sa bituan. Hindi. So, karon gusto nung bangono na sa natupalik ang UAC with our programs. And then previously, 3 years previous, nagkakaitag mga needs na i-identify, which actually right now are kind of present na. Like for example, mga productions, mga trainings, and all. These are all available. It's just a matter of connecting the network and doing some web networking so that we would be able to conduct all these trainings and make it available to more organizations. At the same time, right now, strong kaayo ang atong fund because we have now the SPA, the Special Program for the Arts, and the UC na may Bachelor of Performing Arts, na kung you can graduate diploma in training the arts. So, these are available na pwede na to avail sa UAC members. Okay, so that's why purpose na to although not today, this is going to be a process. We will have to define the roadmap that UAC would want to take from this day on. So karon lang, let's just have a simple definition of what we want to do with UAC, and then later on in the succeeding days, we can program a timeline so that we will be able now to do strategic planning that will comprise of the roadmap of UAC. Okay, so balikon lang na po. Okay, so again, welcome. So we go first to the classifiers of an aggregate. Kung someone give an UAC. In 2013, we said it was a loose alliance of the organization. When we say loose alliance, we just come together as friends, as comrades, and as co-workers, and we produce productions. We share trainings. We do nag-Olympics pa tani ako. Yeah. It was fun. Yeah. Nag-sports test pa tani ako. Amazing race. Yeah. And then, it strengthened actually the organization so that right after that, the next venture was we had Tito Drama, where the UAC members were the ones producing it. No? We came together and saw that it was really going to work that way. And then, years after that, ang UC lang ang nag-initiate mo na itong mga Panagtito Theater Festivals. Okay? And then, we started doing workshops. Every member, for example, had a workshop sa People's Theater Forum, and there were other workshops na well, BNP was there. BNP had playwriting and directing workshops, which actually prioritized members of the UAC. And then Siddhartha, for example, started expanding also. Wang Ming, for example, expanded, and then they started inviting the members of the UAC. So there was actually the dynamics. Pero the 224, wala din siya rin nga strict and restricted in policy-driven organization. No? So this time, nag-usap ng mga terms nga sa organization that we can use. And later on, we will decide kung sa gina. Sorry. Okay, I'll start with the classifiers of an aggregate. So an alliance, one ang definition, strictly, ini gikuha na po na definition was based on the people's organization na concept. But let us remember that what was an organization in the 70s and the 80s, that it has evolved. The paradigm has evolved such so that even the membership, the characteristics of membership, the characteristics of the direction of the organization has changed. Okay, so one ang mindset natin, let's just be open about it. This is based on how it used to be. Okay, one, an alliance is a relationship among people, groups, or states that have joined together for mutual benefit or to achieve some common purpose, whether or not explicit agreement has been worked out among them. Meaning to say, solid grounding na rules like policies, like agreement. Okay. One, all member organizations are unified in carrying out a common agenda and action to achieve goals. Centralized command system. So there is one unit that gikan diri sa taas or it is translated down to the base organization. So natay ka ng mga themes and programs and agenda to carry. Okay. Way back in the 70s, way back in the 80s, it was very easy for the cultural workers to come together. Nga naman, kung saan may kumpa, it was an anti-Marcos thing. So it was easy to organize the students, the farmers, the teachers, antay naman yun. So, pag-ingon nga, ang thematic thread karon is social realism and against the dictatorial na Marcos, kana na organization. Mo na i-carry in terms of aesthetics. So you can see UP, you can see STC, you can see USC, you can see DKR, community theater, and church based at the same time. So DKR, Gabay, Ilaw Gabayan, Cebu Repertory, etc., etc., etc. All these other organizations. We had one general direction. Okay. So mo nang ang membership niya is attached to an agenda or agenda. Political, social, religious, economics in nature. So mo na. Okay, number 2, have a set of leaders and officers representing a particular sector. So in this case, during the past, it was like church-based, urban core-based, even school-based, most of them. So na leaders, respective leaders of the organization. And then from the representatives, they elect among themselves, so them who represent them sa alliance. No? It could be elected, it could be appointed. Okay, hi! Abu is here. Alright, so we go to the third membership in the mother organization. Mother organization meaning to say the base organization. Your base organization is compulsory. So create your membership so that you go into your organization to be a member. Okay? So kung kanang for sectoral na farmers na organization, then ang imong loyalty is diha sa imong organization. So school-based ka organization, but yet then you come together as an alliance. So organization first before the alliance. Hi. And then there was always a regular meeting among these leaders. No? Regular meeting sa mga leaders. So simple na kayo ang cycle niya to kay we plan, and then we implement, we evaluate, we assess, and then create a follow-through. And then again, continue until ang imong trust or ang goals will be achieved. Okay? Now, also my framework na gigamit during that time, because when during the 70s, during the 80s, it was ang PETA concept of organizational development, artistic development, and organizational development. So these were the three frameworks used. So, ang development sa organization is found here. Orientation, meaning to say, the kind, the program of the organization. Artistry, meaning to say the aesthetics that is being promoted and marketed by the organization. And then during that time, mas daghan yun ang Cebuano na plays. Some of these were translations, some of these were adaptations, some of these were original plays done in the region. There were although open kaayo ang Cebu that time, because like for example, we had groups who would produce Bill Simon, we would have groups who would be producing English plays. Ingon na nagpa-open. And then the same thing, they come together. No? They share resources. And then of course the development, orientation, artistry, and organization. So that's part of the program of the Alliance in the years previous. Okay? So each one will have to tend or to really help and assist each other. So yun na naka-united ang Alliance before. Then, other than meeting together, solidification of the Alliance is from bottom to top. Meaning to say, we strengthen the ground, the base work. So that's where the general memberships are. We strengthen the ground, the base, and then raise it up. Dito sa taas. So, ang paghimo sa talang mga projects and all will start from the top. So that's why we strengthen, even the membership have to be strengthened. Meaning to say, hinahalan ang imong mga members hinog. So equipped, they know the handles. They know music composition, they know how to direct, they know. Grabe ang studies during the time because it was just like an institute. Meaning to say, the members are there like a student in theater or in the arts. Ikinahanan na nimo masolidify ang mga organization. So that was part of the program. And then, an alliance would see to it that to do these things, to do this program, funding are assured. Meaning to say, they look for funding. So where do we get our funding for? Pwede tayo mag-funding agency, may funder abroad. So that it can fund the programs. Karon, limited na kaayo ang mga funding agencies na mo fund. Just like how we used to before. Kaya ano man, ingon naman ang mga funders na self-reliant naman ang mga ingon ana. Kunya, lisod sa una, gamupan o funders ang school. So, kinahalan ni mo go to community-based yun. Yung group so that the funding can trickle down to these mga members in schools. But that was how the funding was. Then, nasa yung mga groups na, like for example, they do the production. So, ang niyato, sa ticket sales pala, kami mo sir, no? Wala mo experience. Sa ticket sales, diya may manguha o ka ng funding para sa among organization. Yung na. Unya, ang kanamayo ka UAC General ng production, dili ka na kay UAC. Apil na si Bantawan si SPC, we're bubo. It's a part of. Apil na diha si Nene, kay So, halos sabay-sabay. Ang funding are shared. The funding of the organization shared. Okay? Even in church will actually like provide funding. Pero ang simple na kaya ang pag-inahalan sa una. Ang production sa una with 15,000 or with 60,000, we can already produce a play. Ano man? Oh yeah, that's true. No, that's true. Kami pagani mo palit sa pagkakon. Malimig duha ka barbecue, duha ka kusog. Pila ni magkasa ng praise. Gasto may open ng 60 centavos pa those cultural center ka on our own. Ang Julie's Bake Shop, tag-iyaan na kay among amigo, I think hapag na magpan. Magabi sa rehearsal. O na memorize na ng kanta na ang pan sa Julie's. So, ingon na. Ingon na ang mindset sa mga tao. We never thought about kanang ingon nga maka-honorarium and all that was part of our concept to professionalize theater. But we had a different paradigm when we thought of professionalizing theater during that time. Unlike the one that we have right now, currently, after you can be find sa professional theater, right? It's not here, but just to share with you, napakoy. And then, organize din mo, masundado ang inyong mga tao, and the self-reliant an inyong theater company, and you are doing theater also for season. Everybody gets paid. Everybody gets paid. So, yun na ang professional theater yung karon. No? Hining ako i-share sa inyo was before. Right? Now, number 6, mother organizations are independent in organizing the respective programs. However, the organizations have to also align with the goals of the alliance. Okay. Nasa tayo a certain degree of independence. Meaning to say, si schoolmates, nasa yan ko galing yung program na dili yun ka na, pero di na lang magsanap sa alliance. Si community-based, nasa say, o galing yung program na dili tanan magsanap sa alliance. So, ingon na. So, muna ang alliance, the definition nato in the years previous. Okay, next. The other aggregate definition is federation association. Okay, just like the federal government, kada isa is independent. Okay, then you just elect among yourselves leaders nga imong ngay mo manage, but dili necessary nga na amoy common program that's going to trickle down to the different organizations. Each organization can have their own programs. No? Nadili siya, hi Bien! Okay, so in creating your own performances, you are free to create your own. Ang sa federation or association, they just tell each other na these are our plans, and then these are the areas where the other organizations can support. So they define their line of support. Ano, na may uban doon na maingon siya nga, o sige, kita, organization A and organization B man, tie up ta. Let's share, right? Let's share resources in this production. But all the others can have their own productions and programs. Or sometimes the federation would say, okay, common sa ato dili na kinala ang directors workshop. So let's have a directors workshop. Ingon na. So, most of na ang federation. But again, mas individual driven siya as an organization. Not all, in terms of funding and in terms of resourcing, dili tanan members of federations equal. Meaning to say, na yung members of federation na dato. Nasa tayo members of federation na dili sa tayo dato. Pero tanan sila dato. Okay? Why po? Oy, dato kay pinahan rich mga arts. Oh, rich mga arts. Okay, ang buwan gali. Dili gali natin monetize. But it's there. That's why it's called a resource. Diba? Tingnan na. Ano ang sa federation? Okay, next. Network. Network is simply line of coordination. Now, organization nga nalang may certain line of coordination, but it is not a formal organization. Okay? So, links, wala na. Yeah, certain projects lang na. But magkano sa network, there's small-scale projects lang. Unless if the network will be there, let's have one big project and then powered by the network. Okay? Then we have the last is consortium. I think this is the definition we had for UAC before. It was because it was a loose alliance. We were like a consortium of theater organizations. Okay, if you compare it, the version of 2013 in UAC and the version of the alliance in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, dako kayo different siya. No? In the 70s, 80s, and 90s, we had the people's organization, which we call Dumog. This was composed of several different theater organizations. Cebu province, no? Ano? Visayas. Visayas, sorry. Yeah. Composed of different school-based, community-based, church-based, all over the Visayas. We call the people's organizations as Dumog. It was serviced by Banaa, Center for the Visayan People's Culture. This was the, ang kanang Banaa, mo na nag-service ni ining Dumog. So, ang Banaa may nag-program sa iyang training, ang Banaa may nag-kuhan sa iyang research, ang Banaa may nag-provide sa iyang repertory guidance, service, repertory guidance, education. Then, 5 programs lang. Support organization. So, ingon ana. And then si Banaag may paghimo og project proposal para sa tawas. And then ang money, funding agency will go to Banaag and then it trickles down to the different organizations. This is to know. Okay. Ang sa consortium na to sa UAC, bisa tag mayon na datot ang UAC. During that time we launched UAC, it was just a loose and then we just came together. More like a people's organization and the move during that time. At the same time, we were carrying the characteristic of a servicing organization because we gave workshops, we give trainings, and then we also went into support organizing and repertory guidance. Na kita-kita na lang, organization na. Na wala na tayo gitawag na service center. Okay? So, mo na makaingon na during the time, 2013, we had what we call the consortium. Okay. Now, I'm throwing that as a challenge to us now to define kung saan man yun ita. Okay? We don't need to answer that now. I think if ang ako lang is ihatagan lang ito sa idea. You don't need to answer that now because I've said we need to do another strategic planning so that we would be able to define this. Even the vision, even the mission, even our goals, our objectives, we need to define this. And even the policies. We need to define this and anchor it to how we want UAC to be defined. Okay? So, muna ang network. Okay, there's another classifiers that I want to discuss with you. Ang organization na to, theater organization. Okay? How it is defined and characterized our organization, theater organizations are characterized currently in the context of the theater movement. Okay? So again, in the 70s, 80s, 90s, klaro ha, it was sectoral driven. Meaning to say, you have your anchor your program to the base sectors that we belong. Okay, now, how it is now? Okay, we have what we call the school-based theater organization. Ang school-based karon, expand na. Before, what used to be a school-based theater organization. Hi, good afternoon. Hi. Okay. What used to be a school-based theater organization, when we define school-based theater organization. It was either a club, meaning to say drama club, or an organization created by virtue of its course. Like for example, in STC, we had Bantawan. Hi, Ma'am Ho! It's okay. We know. Okay, so going back, school-based. In SCC, we had Bantawan, which is organized with MASCOM as the main key player. Okay. In USC, we had USC Theater Guild. Ang USC Theater Guild, natapos kaya because it started with the leaders of different schools coming together and forming themselves as main trainers in Cebu. Okay. Kinsa man sila? Was it in Tablado? Teatro. So Sir Bien Fernandez was there, Orlan Magno was there, Lino Acos was there, Dennis Estrada was there, etc. They formed your brother. Becky, yeah, Becky. And Nestor, who was with Philo that time. Becky was English major, English. Yeah. These people organized the USC Theater Guild. So the members of this organization were students from the different colleges. Okay? So that's a school base. And then for the community base, we have DKR, Dulaang Katulindang Redentorista, which was formed because of the Alay Kapwa program. Okay, mga youth sa simbahan and other organizations as well. Upstate, for example, sa UP naman was also organized. So, mauna ang nature sa school base, no? Then they have their own set of officers. They have their own set of members. Unya, wala pa nang giingon nga scholarship para sa mga members. We actually, in the 90s mo nang among gikuan. The dream of this school-based theater organization is for them to get a scholarship which is funded by the institution. So, ang nag-una yata na nag-scholarship was CCC in 1983. CCC started with the scholarship program. It was followed in 1987 in USC. So muna ang USC Theater Guild na sila yung scholarship. Ang upstage scholars man gila from the start. So wala. Ang STC, also in the 80s, no? 80s. Okay. So muna simple ang dream sa mga theater sa school base. Okay? So, konkreto, naagi kuan ang mga live return service kit na mahitabo ang mga members kay scholars man sila, so they need to really produce. Now, pangutana ka, during that time ba na may hold ang school na mubuod tungkol sa nga klase nga production? Fortunately, during that time, the organizations were free to produce their own. So, dili maglabot ang administration. Except na lang during that time, wala ni Sir Norris sa USC, when the administration would dictate what kind of productions to produce. But during our time, we were free to do also among mga productions. I'm sorry? Oh, okay, thank you. So again, recruitment of members is based on annual program of the school. So sometimes ang recruitment, nag-change biga may pay. We thought the summer, because every summer, all these school-based and community-based organizations would come together and hold summer theater program. So that in 1981, natibuok ang pagkuan sa teatro, ang program sa teatro in coordination with PETA, Philippine Educational Theater Association. They came together and held a Visayas-wide workshop. And then that went on every year. That went on every year. So trainings were provided. So just imagine ang saka dynamic ang mga members during the times of school-based and the community-based organization. So again, muna ang school-based. Right now, what is going on is this. School-based theater organization, I'm going to speak about lang kini sa UC. Okay? Ang UC pattern, when I came to UC in 1994, I patterned the organization as a full a servicing unit at the same time as organization. Because my vision back then was to create an institute in the theater arts. So when you become a member of the organization, it's like going to school. So every MWF from 6:30 to 9:30, you go up and study sa theater workshop company. Walang daghang kayo ni mga ni-graduate o staffers, maritime, ng ending, dito sila ni proceed sa ilang career as mga theater workers abroad. Wa sila sa ilang mainline, ibalik. Ang mainline of studies nila, ang sideline. Ang ilang sideline, yung isabihan, is just PWC, na himong mainline. Oh, yeah. So, nabalik. Ingon na na kuwan. Kaya, kasagaran din sa mga students diri kay madiligid silang graduate sa ilang mainline. Pero, while they were with PWC, they were already earning. Why? Because our linkages program during that time was very strong. Okay, ang among mga students, among mga members sa first year mo, you become an exploring artist 0, and then you are trained. Pag second year mo of membership, you become a specialist, meaning to say, naka nag-specialize na program. On the third year mo, you become a trainer. On the fourth year, basig padong. Hello? I'm in a workshop right now. Who's this? Na ako sa UC, but you can leave it with the guard. Ay, wala ko diya, sir. Na ako sa akong office. Sorry. Okay. Alright, okay. Alright. May ka na mga credit card na okay. So going back, on the fourth year, you become a director. On the fifth year, you become an empresario. So that is the roadmap of the PWC. So when you graduate sa imong organization diri, hinog ka na. And then while we're doing all these things, ipang-filled out na ako ang ilang practice, I fill them out to different productions so that they can earn. At the same time, they are scholars of the university. So more than solid ang plan, because that was my vision for PWC days. Fast forward, right now, niabot man si Arts and Design sa grade 12. So niinom ko, this is another way of penetrating so that ang trabaho sa mga artists masud sa kurikulum sa art of design. So that all the works like scripts and script studies can be incorporated in sociology, not sa film, in Filipino, in English. At the same time, the research program of the senior high, they can introduce already cultural mapping so that students would be encouraged to create their own plays using research. It worked. If it worked, then I have to move now to college. That's why we have a Bachelor of Performing Arts. And it's practically the same model that I'm using from AB going to college. Ipanangkan na ako wala yung mga katuturan ng mga subjects. Bibili na ako. Pero ang ako lang anchor sa Bachelor of Performing Arts, when they graduate, they can take the board exam. So that they will end up to be teachers. They will end up either as a theater performers. Kasi ibang dito mutuwaan ng ngayon na dili mabuhi ang mga theater graduates din sa ato. Mabuhi baya kay kung hindi ba mabuhi di patay on ako. So, ingon na dili sa school-based na definition nako sa kwan ang framework lang nako is to see. So, kung tan-awon nimo, nahimo gid siya, nahimo ang akong damo, nahimo sa institute na face siya dili sa sulod sa estudyante. At the same time, they're going out. And it becomes a profession later on. Okay. Now, kinahanglan man sad sila nga makigling. So I said, the best way to go is, let's create a festival so that we can gather our friends from the outside and let them participate. So that's why I'm still doing panagtipon. We're doing panagtipon. Hopefully, right now we are activating now the UC Theater Workshop Company. We are still going. My plan is to reactivate our program that every summer, all of us, UAC, will come together and have the theater workshop and training. Na may mga natawag mo may kwarta, nga dali ko, ay dali, kasi libalutas sa rin ng raya na, kinahanglan din yung kwarta. So, we come together and then share. Kanawa mo, share magiging ka, tubig, buka na, ato pa, donut, lipay na gani kayo ta. And a lot, as I've said, ang resources na karon, grabe kayo ang mga trainers that are educators existing here. So it's not only limited to the school base. Daghan na kayo, it's just a matter of push button. Put them all together, and that's it. We come up with something good. Why? Because we have always been taught to be underdogs sa national. Nga naman, may mga bakit ang Cebu hindi active ang theater? Ang theater movement. Kung sila kita nato. Kung sila kita nato. So, mo na gusto na itong ibalik. Mo na gusto na ito na mga challenge karon sa new PWC. That we will have to come together again and then i-kuha na to si UAC. I-activate na to. And we're not only limiting. Okay, another area sa school-based na akong nakita nga potential is the special program for the arts, where Sir Nori is representing. We are going to invite the other special program for the arts in Cebu City, no? Cebu City, Mandawi City. We also have Bugo. And then one more. I think Mactan is coming up with one. Okay. Now, we would want to bring them in as part of the school-based program. Right now, ang penetration kita mo sa ila and connection is training their teachers, natay diploma in training the arts. This is being offered by UC. That's scope 5. Every 2 years. Every 2 years ang ilang pa. Si Sir Nori na nasa iyang share na ni-graduate na ron. Classmate ni Sir Alfie. Sir Alfie po ni-graduate lang recently. Okay? So, daghan kayo ng mga potentials na dili sa schools na pwede na itong mag-generate of support. At the same time, where we can also share our expertise. No? Ingon na. So, monang sa school base. The other organization that we have for theater is the community-based theater organization, sectoral driven. So when we say sectoral driven, it is an organization that is advocacy driven, like natay organization on children nga kanang mga marginalized or urban poor children. So we have theater organizations na sila ang mga members. We also have like women in distress. Nasa tayo mga theater organization. Nasa tayo older women, senior, nga, although dili kayo sila ng firme na, but they have their theater organizations. And then, nindun sa nato nga, partner na, nila later on, so that this sectoral driven, panihas to open and then dagan in terms of aesthetics, in terms of audience support dito. So kana, mo nang usa, ang sectoral driven strict sila sa membership because the membership comes from the base sector that they come. Right? And then the other community-based theater organization is the Open Arts and Culture Production. What do we mean by this? This is an organization which produces through which has a cycle, which would start with a training and workshop, and then a recital, and then they don't have a strict lineup of membership. The members can come and go. Meaning to say, kung ni-appeal ko sa workshop, I am part of the organization. And then when the workshop will bring it to the recital era, participate ko, so member ko. So after the recital, I have the option to stay as a member or I leave. Or maybe in the succeeding year, when the organization would come and would have again another workshop and then another recital, then I can join. So this we call as theater, community theater kagihapon. We define it as theater, community theater. Okay? So, dili fix ang iyang membership, a membership ra. But, ini nga mga organizations have leaders who could train, nasa resources of training, leaders who could look for funding, and leaders who could create programs. So, mo nang ikaduha nga tawag sa community theater. The next is theater production and servicing outfit. A theater a servicing outfit naman, mo nang giapon ingon ninyo nga katong sa banaan ug tungod. Kini sila mo rin sila kapuntadaan. They have the funds. They sometimes go to training, they hold trainings, and then they produce their play. Now, ang production nila may use the people in the training or they would ask for auditionists to come and be part of the production. So, ingon na natay ingon na klaseng organization. So, that's the third. And then, membership niya can be used also. Like a member can just come and go. There are even times na ang member ni school-based na niya mo jump na sa padung og lain, na. So, dili stricto, dili selfish, let me use the term. Dili selfish concept ang nakita ko. Kaya during the 70s, 80s, 90s, kumubalhin kang laing theater group na wakay panahit sa imong kuan. Kanang inaon mo kang sa term basta selfish na. Kanang mahimo siyang selfish kay. You're not allowed man to kuan. You're not allowed man to participate in any con unless if you have the permit to do so. Or everyone is is into that production. But karon we are very very much open. And yeah, sometimes at close punta. Mo nang maglibot ta kung close open ba gyud ta. Okay, namay organization, ibuong ka, member ka karon, tinanggap ka. Yung way, next production way. Sa pwede naman ka. Ano maki-appeal? Gidi, disown naman ka. So, ano yung mga ano ba? Katuan. So, kung gidi disown ka, maghini ng taglain. So, ano yung mga inunan ng klase nga, kuan, na mga organizations. But, but when we were discussing with the original mentors in leaders of UAC, what do we do with this kind of organizations? They would want to be members of UAC. We will accept these organizations, or we will accept these individuals. Ang next man ako ninyo is the individuals na wala sila home base, but our potential to be able to share to the organization, or we can even help them go to other organizations so that they can participate, or they can participate in the programs of UAC. Okay? So, really selfish UAC. We just want to expand. Okay? For as long as really lang guba sa name sa UAC, we're okay with that. Okay? Now, the last one is the individual. What about individual theater artists without any base organization? Okay, how do we consider them? Now, if they want to be classified under UAC, fine. We will still accept them. They are still part of Cebu. They are still Cebuano artists, so they deserve to have a home. And UAC could be the home. Okay, natin wrap up na. Ang saan man nila mo, example, ako, Tita Roda, si John Ray, multiple personalities, man. Ano? Yung mga fleeting butterflies ko, UAC, nahuman, PWC, nahuman, UC, nahuman. Ano ba talaga? So, we leave it as is. No? We are working right now, we're wearing so many hats, but we're working as UAC naman. But we have our own respective individual. Kami ni Tita Roda, halos parehas ni tanan namin si UIC. Huwag na lang mapin ko sa safe space. Makompleto na yun. So, yun na. But regardless, ang intention to good, our mindset right now, the current mindset of the people, the artists right now is, nagkatiguang naman ta, so let's give it out. We need to share. We need to share. We need to share, and we need to have our own identity. And with that identity, we need to solidify that dignity of what is Cebuano. Hey, we have been fighting for that ever since we started, and we need to do that now. Okay? It doesn't really matter if your place is in English. It doesn't really matter if it's Broadway. What is important is the aesthetics that we create is done by a Cebuano. It's done by us. Okay? So, yun na. Wala na tayo ng mga selfish thoughts. I-erase na nato. Right? Yes, question?
Yeah, so good afternoon again. The next part is the opening forum regarding the subject that were presented. But for that, the college first, so our consultant of the right, we have Carlo Aloro. Hello. And Mr. Jeff Hernandez with us. And we're also very happy that Dr. Pope is with us this afternoon from the So this time, we will be encouraging you to ask questions. It's so enlightening to know these classifications and also to know the history of UAC and how theater was back in the 80s. Now again, for those people who would like to ask questions in the online, just raise your virtual hand and then Ms. Aya will just represent you. You will raise your virtual hand here to then read the question in the chat box. For some of you here or physically in the room, you may also raise your hand. Our open forum starts now.
We can also share our You can share our snacks. Yes, Ma'am Hope.
Like, actually, I know that you can all report that to them, but why don't, if you AC already check register, is your AC check register?
Maybe after we do the strat planning, we actually wanted to register a long time ago. We already had the papers and all, pero also may issue na to Tita Rhodes na naman na yun, sec reg. Funding, no? Yeah, I think the funding, Ma'am Hope, we needed to raise like 50K.
And also, one, so, nauna pa ang sa YPC.
Yeah, the base organizations were registered ahead. And then, when we share this, John Ray, when we share this to DTI and CCAC, that's where they said that's where we can support you.
I think the reason I'm asking about the secretary is that it will enable the group to access funds. Like, especially, there's money in the government. So even, I mean, practically speaking, I know that there's a lot of resources also that we can tap for coming together. But why not avail of the fund?
Sure.
And I think that you don't necessarily need to have money right away. You just need to sit down together, decide on on the bylaw, diba?
Yeah.
For incorporating, decide on the officers, and then do after the bylaw, all that you can register it with SEC.
Yeah.
Then later you can do the BIR. Later na ng BIR, you can do your Zoom, monthly Zoom, and the bank account. But for like MPK, if you want to access funds, you need at least 3 years. Not 3 years and
Operation. Yeah.
before you. So I mean, like in the meantime, and then by the time if you try, there's a lot of like money, and maybe the other organizations here can also think about that because like UAC, the umbrella.
Yeah.
But other orgs can access the fund.
Yes.
Provided that they have the
Yeah.
Wala na, ay kaya mo tayo.
Thank you, Ma'am Hope. Yes, very. Yes. Sir Jude.
We have a question from the Zoom participant. Yes, Sir Jude.
Hello, sorry. I wanted to contribute to katong point ni Ma'am said. Yeah, I really think this is the best time to organize, as I chatted here, na to organize mother organization for our theater groups here in Cebu, because there's been a lot of interest in the creative sector, especially because of the creative bill. I'm sure, I don't know if this is also partly the reason, Sir Rudy, that they were organizing Kwan. Is it true? Sorry, can you hear me?
Hold on, Sir Jude. Sorry, Sir Jude. Could you please repeat your question? Sorry, because we had some technical difficulties.
Sure. What will I do? Kadog mo na ko?
Yes.
Sir Jude, can you please repeat what you said a while ago, because you were inaudible? Yeah.
Sure. I just like to add to what Ma'am was saying. I think this is the best time to organize mother organization for our theater groups here in Cebu, because I don't know if it's also part of the reason ninyo, Sir Rudy, but I'm sure you know na there is a great interest right now in the creative sectors, especially because of the new creative bill. I'm aware of that because there's been kuan sa music industry na side, we're also trying to organize, and actually mas sayon i-organize ang theater because na naman ang mga theater orgs good sa music kay we're so kuan nagkalahi-lahi mi grupo ba, so I think this is an opportunity for us to get funding through the mother organization because government will only kuan especially daghang kitag organization sa Cebu nga kanang dili gyud siya legal ba or legit, so it would be a good way if we have an mother organization wherein diha i-course through ang funding from government, because of that bill manggod there's a lot of funding that's probably gonna kuan into the creative sector, and it would be lost ko isa kanang missed opportunity if Cebu theater won't be able to organize soon, as in soon we need to organize soon.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here, Jude. That's why this is the first
Yes.
step. And then on the 30th, we'll be meeting with the DPI and CCAC, the council, because they are already asking like theater should be represented already in the council. So that's why we're here.
Yes.
Today. And then yeah.
Otherwise ang mahitabo man good if we don't organize kung kinsa toy duol sa government siya ray magkakuan. You know how government works, di ba?
Yeah.
Whoever you know. So importante na the mother organization will be the one to represent everyone kay para we can also see kung which amongst us in the community needs more the support, di ba? Kaysa kung kinsa lang itong mapaboran, kinsa kaila sa politician, di ba? Let's not do that.
Yeah. Thank you, Jude. Thank you, Jude. Yeah, we're heading towards that. We're heading towards this direction. Yeah. Oh, the reason why we're here is katong si CCAC and DPI. And our next meeting with DPI and CCAC will be on the 30th. So, and then that will be mga different meetings, and then after that we'll have to meet regularly. It might not be the General Assembly, it could just be the leaders now, attending this time, so that we can do our staff planning together with DPI and DPI, CPAC, and the local government, CPC government. Yeah.
Any more questions, please? Or clarification, anything on there?
Yes. Not yet with the Arts Council. And then, yun ang story, that's why, iuna lang din mo. And then, ang CCAC yun, ang council, that's another, Arts Council is different. This is Cebu Creative and Entertainment Council. This is separate from Arts Council of Cebu. Arts Council of Cebu is a private entity, but CCAC is quasi-private and government.
Another clarify mo po sa safety. And then, hindi lang sa dapat
Yeah, in the future, okay nga niya direction, but for now, kay ang list na represented sa council is a theater man. So that's why kung we start bottom ni Jude, it's easier for us theater to organize ourselves first before we expand. And besides, ang ingon niya dito ko karon ha. Jude is actually is organizing music. And the visual arts and the graphic design group is already organized. Yes, oo. And then, until, ang nahibaan ako, ma'am mo, pagdating naman ni John Ray was katong silang Dave, no? No, si Mar Panaliban. Lawrence Pangaliban is in charge of the visual arts program. But there's another teacher from UP who's also into it. Ang literature si Dave, yeah, I just know that he's yeah, that's the one. Dave Anthony Chan. So he's with the literature. And then, ang kuan lang din ka rin kay, ang theater may ilang iban. So, hopefully in that council, once these organizations are firm up, then we can go together. It may not necessarily be UAC, but we can have our own mini, in the future, our organization that we can expand it na. It involves on the different kinds of arts. Let us remember nga, mudaghan pag yun na, kay even the visual arts right now is not only limited to painting. Na kay graphic arts, you also have the film. Ang film, kay na may components film at literary. So, ang atong ipon is, siguro, ang creative focus lang siguro na to. Kini pag yun, why they want to organize theater? They want it to be a source for their expansion and creation of the other arts. Meaning to say, atong script writers will write scripts for the film. Our researches will be used in creating animation. Okay, when I share to them our process here, katong writing the scripts from paper to stage, yeah, research at main source, that excites sila. That should be included in the other programs and research. Because when we do a production here in the school, for example, we start at the research. Kaya para man maanad ang mga bata, ang mga students, hindi sila bata, hindi naman bata. Maanad ang students ka, it has to be research-based and creation. So it goes through the process. For the research, it becomes a paper, you defend it, and then develop it into an arts material, defend it again, and then mount it. So, my process will be at the end. Yes, question from Zoom. Yeah. For you, Sir Alan, will UAC be coordinating the vice theory for cultural production? Yeah, on account of BPI, on account of BPI and CCAC, because CCAC and Raymond is the head yata of the council. Yeah. Yes, Alan. And also, Mark Panganiban is the head of CCAC and he's working directly with Raymond on this project. As a matter of fact, our fourth agenda is for the Cebu Business Month, which Raymond is also like organizing together with Lawrence. So we are going to discuss that. Yeah. One last question before proceeding to the next topic. Yeah. Now, sige. Connect na lang sa next one before you send the. Okay. It was very good for Mambo and Sir Rafi to create a directory of the theater organizations of Cebu. Visayas. We actually have that already. And then, ang ato lang unta today, who are with us now, kanang i-check na to ang ato mga details na ato ditang forward. Kung sakto ba, wala ba'y mga connections. So that before we print it, hopefully end of September, Ma'am Hope, right?
But actually, can I just go?
Yeah, sige, Ma'am Hope. This one. The email na? That's the dining part. There's the bago the update si Ma'am Hope. I'll give you Ma'am Hope and Sir Rafi, ha?
So actually, while 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 Rami is loading up the draft, actually it's just a draft yet. It's still in the process of finishing layout because the problem that the layout artist told me is that the material and is really very uneven. And you can see that now when we have the internet heading na and then, it's very uneven, but we have a deadline. We cannot extend the deadline, so, we need to go to finish as soon as possible. So the information that is placed there, need to be checked, for, by sayo sa spelling or then, really, mag-ipot na sa puno. Kaya, naano na po siya sa, file. So, and I also wanted the how do you call it, coordinators to sort of send a message, to have a message to introduce each section. You are the overall convener, and then we little bit related already area, I will use yours because kailangan mo ay conference para sa Hindi na lang ako pwede kanina lang ako. Wala pa din siya cover, but area is already inside.
Sige niya na mag-share lang.
And then naglibog siya kay food ka kuan if yung i-landscape i-landscape niya ang format mo nagkan kay wasted space and you're going to freeze this and so this would Pero sila na-share siya sa Zoom, makakita ba sa sila diri? No, I mean, muda ko ba sa okay. So, naapani siya placeholder kay this is just a draft. So if we go through the pages, for instance, we have the combination table of contents, no, because we're still working on this. So we have our first group, like the basic. If this is the landscape design, so i-landscape siya ilani ang iyang itsura. And then, and even kung tayo ang mga information na gihatag, but as much as possible, we just put it all in. And I need to also verify, like in terms of production, diba, production is, publication is about your publication sa group. Pero ang uban, hindi ba nila what is published about them. So, kana i-verify sa na siya. So, we have the layout. It looks like this. And then, sila pictures. So, i-update na siya with the names of the members. I don't know if the ones at the back can see it. Then, Kanlamon, Theater Guild. And then we have ang tani, mask, kini mask, gamay naman sa gubing mask. We have that. And then, kani region 7, supposedly, mo ano yung kailangan nito kay message oh, niya, bansad magpada, apas na rin sa deadline because hangtay ka manigi pangayo. So we have to tin can, and then the time initial information to tin can, so at the production I said, it's not about ano publication CI, it's about them. So if nga kuha man sa space, so we have BYC here, kamali siya mga kanong creative desk yan. And then, inani ang mga so cutting seeding, and then safe space. So, naakalan ni sila yung ano, trabaho pa rin siya, si Darta, naghan mo training ko ano si Darta, then Teatro San Jose, and then, nagkuhan na sa mga groups. So, more or less, it will look like that. But, kinahanglan na mo kuhan ang isa kaya ang layout artist yun ang dapat niya okay na. You know, there's no sense of uniformity in the information that was given. The Google form was provided, pero mauna, ang daghan kay information like yata, tuan, then mauto nga, kung sige lang po, unsay na at na, ito nga na difference, hindi pa pa something, diba? Then, okay, so we will actually, what we will do is, after the draft is done, we will send this to each other group to validate, anak niya. Ay na lang mo puno sa kuban, mag-ibog niya, kuban na, kaya wala, dihasan in the beginning, inside,
Whatever experience na lang yung then yeah.
Kay kanisha, this is supposedly i-extort sa niya ang portrait na design. So for instance kani sa token can kani mura ginana but wala pa siya mahuman ang buwan. So i-explore niya asa ang matindot ang landscape ba or ang given the non-uniformity of information. Mabitaw ko nung usahan ko rin mo asa under UC kay para alright. So what we will send this so that by a certain date, makakuha na mo, you go over it and then we will go to this.
Pwede rin siguro, I don't know, are you planning to send it to the pwede rin sabihin nila kung John Ray, and then i-blast off to the different members.
Oo, yeah, ikaw na
Kaya rin mo ito eh.
kuan. Kay para dili na and then yeah kay ang deadline na ba we are working the deadline.
Yes, we had a survey for all the organizations. Just after some guys were then maybe there were some information. So your committee, you want us to do the same thing like we'll ask our system to do the
Actually, naano man ko sa Google Form, anan ko pa ang Google Form niya. Wala man sa o dili yung neto ang uban, dali ka na ba kay kay follow-up na there video about that. Ito niya, tapos sa pagkinig mag-ipog like when you send it to them, you valid mudal ka na kung hindi na mahuman. Sige, alright, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I think that's it so for the directory. Would you like to present your slide? This is actually the last two of committee. Okay, I would want to proceed now to the proposal of the committees that committees that we actually designed here was based on the original UAC committees, no? Gusto lang ng perform, pero it can change. As I said, the organizational structure of LIG has been changing a lot. So, and then we'll pili na tignan naman ng daghang boxes and daghan pa ang boxes at mga members, no? And then let's just focus on activities and programs which would actually help the organization. So, funny, we proposed when we had the meeting with the seniors did no? We have the board of advisors. The board of advisors is composed of mga leaders na tipo, mga pillars, sila pillars, mga museum. Okay, so who are this? So, Serbia, okay. Ni adto kay daghan pa may buhi. Ito 2013. Kundi karon ang buhi kay si Serbia naman lang server man. Ni server na to si sige. Oh, ang iparash wala ko pa adi ang shoot up yung shoot up yung BP ko kanina. When coming here, I said no, go straight to UCMED. So he's there, he's flying down to UCMED. But he really wanted to come. So, kisa may kanang during the time when we organized UAC, Serbian, Sir Orlan, yeah, buhi pa man ko sila that time. And then, Alan Cabayan, Ali Evangelio. So, but they are watching us. No? So, they will be with us. It's okay. So, right now, ang board of advisors ang existing na lang karon, niya nasa promote ng board of advisors to Serbia, si Orlan. Ang pag-promote is si Macdene. Member man na siya na pagkaroon board of advisors siya. Niya si Mabugo. And then eventually, ako. So ako kami mas sa board of advisors. I will be vacating my position right now. Currently, I'm just here on account of the request sa council that I would represent the theater council. Eventually, I'll be giving that up whoever is chosen from among you leaders so that ako mabalhin ako sa board of advisor. Ako tinisip karon ako. Hindi pa member ng commission. Okay, so the board of advisors, wala siya ang advisory din siya. No? Lagi siyang guys. And then the next is, we have the Council of Leaders, come on, who are representing the organization. And then come on, we have the Council of Leaders. So, this is, again, because kung nakatipay yun kung sa ang atong organization. So, right now, we are forming the ad hoc Council of Leaders. So, automatically, are members of the ad hoc Council of Leaders until such time that they are able to appoint or elect from among yourselves. Things that they can kami na represent. But sometimes, it can be rotational. It can be even project-based. Meaning to say, mag-assign ka kung kinsa ninyo ang represent sa UAC. Yes? Sunod. Huwag na si Tambiono. Bulog-bulog. Okay? And then, paano siya? Policy-making body. Mga jobs and responsibilities. So, leadership is fluid, meaning to say, represent the council in all dealings with other entities like DTI, EC, and CACDA. The head governing body, policy makers, evaluators of UAC members and activities. Okay? But ayaw ikabuulhan ang ngayon niya remember that ato process dili siya kay kuan. And then it's very simple. It's your responsibility to deliver. Yeah, kung dili mo kaya, ipas. Dili kay manangin ka sa ubang tao. I-reset na lang ang mindset. What we are here is to support each other. Alright? Then we'll approve or otherwise, coordinate, organize, and decide on activities and projects of the UAC in consideration of the respective activities of the member orgs. So, we also have to consider our activities, activities. So, one of council of leaders. Next, committee on membership meeting. Medyo only ang igamit na itong form sa UAC. You take charge in the documentation of members in coordination with the base organization. So, kung namin, ihimo nga director nito ako sa una, kami ni Tita Roda, ako pa pangita ko sa iyo. Hey, kapag nga ko, atay hapin na nila ni Mambo, at least tawa, update na lang sila. Kaya kumpleto kayo kung napastay ka ng mga birthday. My birthday. Oh, God. Pagkakit to the first part of the car. Yes, no. Yeah. Maupang ang direction sa unang pagbo. Na naka-Excel file na but I still have to create it. I know that this is my laptop. Na ako tong equality ko kanina. We are going to be the happiest. Everybody else. Hey, di ba ako ito gipaghatan sa leaders no? Natay ka itong ano? Daw na ako sa workshop daw na ako sa workshop. Napakos workshop. Ano din ka? Sige, basta we are going to move on. Fine, and we can share there. We accept membership to those who don't have any base organization. This we already explained it. Will serve as the grievance, not only the grievance siguro, no? Pili lang grievance ang ihatag nila sa membership. Mga happy thoughts, akin na. Love life, akin na. No? Okay. Before we discipline, we are committed for all complaints concerning membership under the UAC program. However, may be invited by the base organization to sit as a committee if so desired by the base organization. Should the grievance issue case be more specific and particular to the base organization. So, muna yung usa nga ang trabaho sa membership before nag-i-assign. Then will serve as placement unit. We need to say can assign traffic members and assign them to productions. And other than productions, theater related activities. Okay, I think before, ako mag-projection, lagi ka na lagi dili nag-selfish kuan sa una, you can participate in productions. No? Wala yung selfish talks niya at una when UAC. You can participate in any organization. Sharing. Okay? So, committee and membership. Then, committee on training and education. Mausa ni ako kuan sa una, wala pa institution, wala pa man, nagtagsahan ta. So, we determine needs, propose activities, program, and design, conduct, and coordinate with the training body for the reading theater knowledge and skills of the members of UPC. And then later on, ikuan ni John Ray at ito mga wish list na to, yung mga training diya sa may cluster later on. Sa mga nagawa sa atong gusto kong dito para ma-appeal na nato sa atong strat planning in the future. And then may serve as the linkages office in charge of funding the membership through arts training programs. For example, outreach programs to schools, community, and other entities of arts within the different village. May program and conduct lectures for a relevant lectures relevant to UAC membership. For example, establishing safe spaces in arts community, contextualizing theater methods in schools, acting as a group for Cebuano actors, tools and qualities of an effective theater artistry or organizing research, sound business management and programming in theater production, Philippine laws promoting the arts and culture sector, how to establish operating to the arts. If you remember, medyo i-reply ni ato kami step nga kuan nga display policy survey what to name mini wondering that should be tackled in the future. For now, let us just focus ourselves to this. Let's organize first before we define all those gusto na itong mga topics to discuss sa UAC. So, then, committee on research, documentation, and publication. While I was discussing to CCHTM program ng sa UC, nanihin ko nga karon, nindot na kaayon mo ay bilhan natin with the many applications that we can use. Ang among gibuhat karon sa UC nga Arts and Design and BPAs, in every production, we create a production book man. Kini production book, i-digitize mo. I-lay out the pictures, the script, and then we give it to mga as resources to school so that magamit nila. Magamit nila ang resources. So, this is the kind of publication that we are thinking right now na really kaya natin ang source lang yun, ang layout. No? So that when we print this one, or when we do the hard copy, then we can ask funding. Kini mo na learn na Sir Rafi. We can actually ask funding for the printing of this materials. But at the same time, sa imo ng organization, that is credited to your organization, and that is one way also of popularizing what is Cebuano. Ingon na. Nagkaroon na ba kayo? Mahilig ba kay TikTok ang mga estudyante? So, pwede yun na ito na part sa ating program developing how to develop materials and resources na theater. Yes. And then even na sila sa Sir Alvin, for example, undergraduate diploma in teaching the arts, ni undergo sila ni Anna ng process where they were taught how to create theater topics utilizing different graphics application. So accessible na so we can do it. Wala akong kind of thinking. And then kami, ang research good, we need to encourage everyone to really go into research. And then, in our case, kanang community, commercial laptop. And then, the company will explore. We can create stories, we can create materials, for staging, din sa community. So, nindot na nato nga, it's not only for those members who belong to the academy, but it can also be done by those members who belong to the community theater circle. Okay, so yeah, mauna siya, mauna na atong committees nga atong form. Then, ang finance and project management, this is something fluid. We can actually just have a project manager and a finance officer on a project basis. Now, for now, mabili pa kayo na financially done. Magtupad naman sa itong bangko. Take operating in the picture. Oh, di ba? See? Artist bar. have to move artists back. I mean, it has to start somewhere. Mommy, do na nila ikuan. Dugay na kayo ginamo. When we started cultural work way back in the 90s or 80s, dream na ginanamong artist ko off their feet. And then along with that, our that kita, we should be protected as well. So we need to have like some sort of insurance. See, so these are things that until now, one of the carries na mo ni John Ray when we were talking to PI, these are things that we want. Safety, security for the artists, other than the recognition. Eh, what is in store nga? Di maging na, di, karon, hindi mo maging na, di man mainline na sideline. This is hobby. But we're looking for that time that theater work is really a profession. Or cultural work becomes a profession. And that will suffice us. Bahala na kung naibigay kita mo ng mga young people. And if you can imagine it, it's doable. See, so mona finance and other policemen. For now, it's kind of proven contract based. Right? So I think that's about it. Yeah, yun na. Okay, so thank you very much. So I'll give you now John Ray. Last question.
Continue na lang. Okay, thank you very much, Sir Rudy. Can we give Sir Rudy a round of applause, please? Again, so all the topics that we presented today are just brief presentation. It's something for us to ponder as for this one-up General Assembly, because this is the first General Assembly after a very long time, almost 2018. And then some of the organizations were not members yet of the UAC. So it's nice that or refresh at taba. And then po natin bagong schedule para mag-strategize with the formal capabilities and also to identity as an association, a network, or whatever. Okay, so last week we have sent a Google link of a survey to all theater organizations. And there were 9 who responded sa survey. And this afternoon, I'm just going to present the answers of the survey. And I have to categorize, compartmentalize the ideas. Again, this is just a presentation, and that's something for us to ponder on. It would be a very base data for us to strategize in the future as one circle. It's just called circle lang sa atin. I mean, whether we want to consider ourselves a network only or a federation. Okay, so let me present it to you. Okay, there were questions such as this. What are the top challenges? And nakadaog yun. Okay, what are the top challenges sa tanang mga theater organizations na dito sa Cebu? The 9 organizations mo na ilang answer. Number 1 is finance, budget, support, sustainability. And there were 7 who said nga, okay, the budget, finance, support, and everything. So we can look into that. That's 7 out of 9, no? And then second, the rank is lack of fully equipped theater for shows and rehearsals. So the key organizations were having a challenge with that. Together with fast turnover of the budget. We don't know sa classic membership sa mga organization, whether it's annual, whether it's free flowing, or whatever, free flowing. Puro kapit, puro gana. Okay, so and for some school-based theater organization, sometimes the duration of the stays in an artist happens within the school. Yes, while they're studying, and after that they get to ano. So why is it a challenge? We still don't know. It be something we can contemplate. There's also answers like limited affordable venue for performances and rehearsals. Now I separated this one because affordability is not actually everyone's problem. Okay, it's a little bit psychological, no? So maybe some people have their own space and yeah, wala lang sila yung for reversal, wala sila they rent, it's not affordable. The context. No? Theater appreciation, audience development, uh, identify that it's a challenge. And then the hobby mindset for actors, for artists in different organizations. One ang mga top challenges. Before I proceed, I'd like to acknowledge Live Shane Teniente, who is in the Zoom right now, Kelly Razo. They are from Bantayan Island. Hello there from the Zoom. Let me proceed to the next slide, which is top wish list. So, build a theater. Wala ka lang exclamation mark nila. For the one is build a theater. See almost everybody said. We need to have an affordable, fully equipped public or semi-private tourism management and can hold local and international productions. Perhaps that's really the dream that CCEC Creative Cebu Creative and Entertainment Council. They want to envision the theater community to organize something, a production that's of international level. Maybe people sa Hamilton or nasa Broadway ba. So, and then that's the kind of visioning they communicated to us. And I think hindi siya may tabo unless we have proper the proper venue to hold it. Okay, fully equipped theater. Number two, government and community support. Businesses to support the funding, grants, tax exemption, or the children that has been provided now. And then, of course, patrons. Yung art appreciators or that would pay, instead of 1 free and ticket. Oo, galing. Because, again, the income ticket is one of the things that sustains all the organization. Number three, theater culture. Integrate theater into the local entertainment or professionalize theater. The professionalization of theater, it can be coming from different contexts. We have to define it in our circle. What is professional theater? What is professionalizing theater? Something that we have to revisit. Is it really just about teaching a play or whatever? Does it have something to do with the education background of the creator or the artist? We don't know. We have to also consolidate the ideas for that. Number four, collaborative theater season. Offer season of theater productions done by different organizations. Kung saan din ito, kaginanglan na ko. But, and of course, standardized rates for creators and actors. So, muna mga wish list na to. Now, we try um, to identify these challenges and wish list into two, no? Tangible and the intangible ones. The tangible, under the finance, budget, but tangible are the things that you can feel, you can see, you can, by all your senses. No? Through finance, budget, government, and lack of fully equipped theater for shows, theater again, collaborative theater season, and standardized rate. For intangible, so fast and number of membership, theater appreciation, audience development, on mindset, limited affordable venue for performance, and now, hindi ko alam kung saan i-construct lang. I-identify lang nato na tangible, refer to physical, sometimes the intervention could be short term to long term. No challenges for the tangible. But so for the intangible challenges, this is a little bit very much related to culture, no? Culture of the group, the culture of the community, the mindset of the members of the organization, psycho-emotional siya, and then it takes really a long time to develop it. Say for example, karon audience development, no? How our audience would develop demeanor, how they appreciate theater, how do they clap at the right time, you know, hindi ka pinupakpak sila, why some of our drama pieces, nagatilan na niya, ako ba nakatawa? So, these things. And it's kind of hard to develop because these are fibers, but this conception na yeah, sometimes person kayo siya ng conception na like, kung sa mga nag-theater na siya, theater. If you're silent on the ground, not really you're doing it. Dance performance in front of you. It's like dahil ang podcast. So anyway, something to ponder again. Tangible and intangible visualist benefits. So the tangible, that's something that probably we can mitigate almost immediately, but the intangible, it really need to dapat to consider. So to the next slide. So how can UAC help? So Rudy and I try to come up with a map, of things. Phase one planning. Yeah. So number one, to establish the UAC network council. Upon establishment, we also include the identifying the vision, and goal, operational policies, and the structure of the UAC. It's not happening in now, or complementing. That's what I'm meaning. Sunod, convert the problems to objectives and programs. The one we identify at this point. Address tangible objectives first. Look for objectives. Kung may una ma-achieve, so una ma-address. Also sad, again, physical mo na problem, dahil siya ma-mitigate with the help of economic resources. But itong psycho-emotional, intangible ng mga challenges, I think partly UAC can help, by guiding, but most importantly, each organization will have a different treatment, kung saan approach the problem. Now, kung overarching problem is development, pwede ka magtinabangay. Say for example, UAC can have a uniform theater, before we start theater rules and regulations. UAC can have that, theater ticket before the show. So all of that's one thing that we can start to. And then, to create, next, we have to create key result areas, key performance indicators of each objective. With all the challenges we identified, identify the area of art management and university. And then, but as of the moment, advocates, until we come up and decide on the opportunities and yeah, and all. So next, the committees again, and then establish a time for the plan. Now, this is just phase one of the plan. Phase one, we can plan and the execution, the evaluation again, but that's going to be a very tedious process. Pero we have to make this work. Okay, dagan ko nga stay kaya magtabangan na ba? Next, okay. Right, here are the questions, top training needed. So again, at una, number one in the list is business management for theater production. Branding, marketing, and sales. What was here? So, DDI is also yes, DDI is also high. Okay, so when we had a meeting with DDI, they have objectives for the creative industry. So for culture and art preservation, the National Commission for Culture and Arts is doing that. But ang pagpagawa o pag-generate of income, DTI is doing that. So that is the reason why that we also connect with them. And maybe you can also, through DTI, you can eventually go to the friends connection with the Department of Tourism, and with even the Chamber of Commerce. So it's a nice thing that connect with us. And perhaps sila they're the ones who really called us that we represent the theater. they were actually very surprised that we have an ongoing ecosystem already. So, people are okay. So, we're happy sa naganahan na nila. So, we're trying to amplify it by, uh, yes, activating UAC again. Next is another training needs. The third priority. Sorry. Number two, there is technical theater. In particular, technical management, lives. This is really a big. This is evident for all of us. Okay, and we're looking at creators who can do, we create performances and everything, but in terms of technical theater, kami lang ay ibawan. I know Eagle, basically everyone production, and I'm from US, so minsan ba na, I know from Take Space, there's Nelson, and then from UC, there are a lot of technical directors that have been developed, so that's really nice. But then again, other organization funding plan for one. So personally, should be included in performance number one. But next is research and cultural mapping and base materials for theater production. Together with digitizing play production book and transposing this into academic resource material. Yeah. So the aside from identifying what is UAC, probably identify what is Cebuano theater in the context of cultural preservation. Well, there is really creating something, there is inspiration, it's produced by a Cebuano production. In our case, Garta is a borrowed producer of music. It's a story from India, but it's produced, played by Cebuano producers, and actors and creators. But in the context of really preserving the Cebuano culture, maybe we also have a big part of that. Stories na nasa mga outskirts, because that's what Manila is doing right now. I don't know what to read. Ilahang programa ko doon sa una, Dr. Chris Villano from CCP, is that CCP gathers materials from from the regions. Yeah, they put out dito sa Manila ito pakita. But karon nabali na the CCP goes to the outskirts.
Bring back to this ability.
Yes, they're deciding
Please organize the theater festival, for example. These are productions done in the region, and then it is brought to Manila. It is brought to Manila, and then after that, it goes to tour. It goes to the different regions. So they were able, like, we were able to tour to, I think, four different regions, like Samar, it goes to. Pero holiday na, and then I think the best way to go is before you go to the national capital region, or first really sa imo ka magaling mo farm, imo ka magaling mo whatever community. So gusto na actually managing story na. Kaning ato mga production delivery have to be good to the different municipalities of Cebu first. And then the festival is not only right now ang festivals sa UC, ang festival sa UC is confined to the museum, but when the quality na ni Sir Afi and the team, the UC creative team, we are now going. Okay, this is our, I think, the fourth year, the fifth year. We are going now to the different municipalities. So we will have to be like si Buchinyo thing then or isang buwan taon, the whole na. So it's good to really be in touch with our partners there. All again na, not about is would the funding be available for that? But we can always like say do lots of work. And anyway, it becomes enriching for both the community and the artist. Kay mas ma-ingrain Manila ang value this is ano. So on ang usa siguro na ito nga one project we need to do in UAC is the touring program. Touring program and exchange, cultural exchange and touring program. So on una na but I think DTI in that regard can help us. Kailangan sila may mga networks to LGUs. And even churches even churches you can actually tie up with them. And that, yeah, it's doable. It's doable.
Okay. So what is that? Next, digitizing phase production book. I don't know how many organizations still are keeping their production book. You know, every post-production, usually, hindi ka mabayad ng stage manager, no? Hindi siya makakako ng production book. Pero I don't know, pero if we still keep it, which is quite important, pero that's a good there were a lot of productions that were documented from the past. And we can only listen to Sir Rudy, to Sir Bien, to the stories of Dalinene. Sa unang ani, katubuan na nito ba? Yeah, mag-mesmerize na lang tao, pero kami now. Kung wala na ako, nakita na sa nung sila. Ay, dali sa si Bonos Kadix. Dali, sorry.
We have the architect of course, our beauty. We have the trilogy of wonderful. Actually, the Kabahar family donated most of the scripts of Kabahar, and do you know that his script also contains music? I music for the trombone, music for the violin, all of that. He also has the music for the so I think that listening to this is very interesting because it complicates some planning. And when you say that DTI wants to see something like world class or on that level, that's really an ambition. I would want to plan out halfway. My group should plan what we want to present like in the next few years or on. My focus, like, do I want to talk about current issues or do I want to take up graphic on or stuff like that? Like, my dream is that as a one study, like looking at the archive because actually it's coming up because we have a lot of classic novels. A lot of them in and novel. Now we have already included this and we're just going to go to translation into English because Philippines is the biggest of already five. And now we welcome Indians and PDP comes in and says, sige, patabahan nito kay we would like to publish this because so you have to be ready for something like that. So as a group probably what I want to do. Let's not be blinded now. Okay, everybody wants to go there. So like this is together. But who are you serving immediately? So kana siya. And then what kay bawon nito on taking lang sa audience. But I think humor is one way good to go about it. Like looking at the script of Kabahar, he only has like 4 characters. Naglingaw na din tayo and some students have produced it. And I was like, in retrospect, what did we do? Why? Because when you use this material in the classroom, I was a teacher. I would like I students not just to be the best, but to be able to see it from me. Parang nag-film na lang siya. In the video na lang siya. Dahil it's so visual. And so I think that kinanglan yung mo connect kanina chapter group need to also have the backup of an documentary document because for each play that you have, make sure na naabit kay detail na ano mo siya. Kaya that will for not only part of your archive, but the dramatic history of the book. Okay, and then tanaw na. So, and then you know what? It's a marketplace because one of these days, pag-tukod man din nag-usapan, i-ubig karon, you will have like an area kay art stuff. You have one big area na nakay mga dramatic artists. So, mag-happinate siya kami. Because you just don't think about one schedule a year or two schedules. You want it to be all year round. Kung na okay nag-offer na abigay staff na offer, na abigay changing na repertoire, di ba? And then, ano din na ano yung other part of the Philippines, when it comes to Cebu, sabi mo sila ay unsa man natin kung ka mag-beach ka, unsa dili o country. Sino ari na mga oy nani na tuwan na ay na ani production that go. Make it a hit. Kay so ang mga theater should be kung kaya ako ganun ka target kay you can also target another time of the year na multi-production home para sulit ang pagbalik. Like in the summer ba kung ano article niya, i-give mo na siya, and then you have also merchandising. Aside from the and then nakakay times na meet and greet sa we need to have a whole marketing skill like prior to that, may mga last interview by Baroni, director, mga teasers ito dapat, but the constitute na nagsabi about it because it really to that. And then kami as educators, we can also tell like, oh, this is very important. This is so. Tanaw na to asa, where we can target. Okay, of course, I like new production. But naasar ko yung like, anak ko rin ba, sayang for the sense of sa drama sa Cebuano. Kaya hindi ko nga, watching na kay Bao, kanina, so, pero nang ako nito translation of the classes into English, ay ako na lang like transport. But ako as a theater, so maybe what we can do at the center is also talk about like talk about ganahan doon sa na-introduce ani, introduce ani, pwede na na i-market ang iyang DVD. Kaya yung DVD, iba ang DVD, aside from the page na siya na may DVD, market mo ano, library, university, need to have copy. Kapalimutan na nila sila, kasi ano, parang na sila ano mga estudyante. Diba? Like, mag-set the photo, mag-set at least part na ito sa history, talk about nationalism. Malagagaling na so, it will have a captive market na, kuya, mabaligya din siya, mabaligya din siya na going to the tourist, mabaligya pa niyo siya sa balikbayan, kaya yung sila una, going in sa buwano, pagbalik mga ilan na so, and it can be done for others. Pero, I mean, coming from their center is that part of what I'm thinking, kaya kung pabalik na mo siya. So, ang marketing, how do you market your production? Usaon mo nga, una-una ko nga, wanang ika o parang panitan, I don't know, that's very okay.
Thank you very much, Dr. Go. And then actually presented the whole vision. Yes.
everyone is related to us. So, but the last meeting that I was about getting you to talk about your expertise and how you conduct things, how you direct, etc. Keep that in video, and then mark it up with your performance. And then it will be educational material for any school. Now, with regards to I don't know if I shared with you the Otila.
Yeah.
The Otila. Now, we were working on it. It was UAC. We were working on it. Tapos na ano pa, no? Script. I and so, but when I imagined it, sorry, I kept on watching America's Got Talent. Because I thought, how would you feel this? Like people, they don't know acting. Because America's Got Talent, unfair, but then you do it very well. So, thinking both not ang idea, I think that it will be performed only 3 times in a very big venue, and then it will be filmed with 20 cameras on the video. 21 magani dapat in film. During that time, we take 21 film together and then what can be done. So then, if you shoot it with so many production value, then everybody will the whole world because I give example of the new commandment, very beautiful as well. The Albert performance and one of the winners also. Oh, other than it. So it's very nice. I thought it was old because when I watched it, but I said, so this is the pattern that we need. Anyway, and then what happened there was that, oh, well, I talked to two departments of, will you compose some music? Yes. I talked to some other composer, I talked to Kenneth Kubonwe. And then he said, okay, I will design the chords of one, the chord of Leontina. And he asked me, you want to move that? What, you can make it move? Then, I mean, a car. Make of rattan and bamboo, it's move. So I said, okay, anyway, the one tayo ang inahangulan ka remote, and then slowly, they did not well, when I talked to the 12 Friday of Kenneth, I said, he promised me already. I said, can he design it already? Done, then I can put it there on display. Then everybody will get excited. Kenneth would win, and then one bio will be so, but then because two guys were and the recent pag si Nelia Navarro, CPI. We were talking about it already because I want to build the whole arts council. Arts council, creative, art, creative art council of the book. Anyway, the admin nila nila yung it is just proper. Okay, just proper. That makes it very wide. Because Palawan and entertainment. Okay. Anyway, the who are out to do make the provide school, passport design, interior design, visual arts, literature, etc. They were all looking at theater to produce their own kilat. No? But they were just watching photo the tapos go. Now they were just watching not doing anything and then posting their members. The architecture group sector was supposed to make the head. Nito kayo na set para people can be proud of the visual arts would make booster that it can really bring together the people. But then two guys get chat. Then it comes with the one start the wala. Again, part of the strategy. Yeah, wala na. No? And then, anything over are thinking, but she was also thinking down the line. Yeah, so she knows what went on. And now they don't really start meeting anymore. No? Cebu Chamber of Commerce was helping it out. They are fine, whatever. And they also found they will also help out. Telling the plan to sell one, was it, Gila, was to produce it and then make two different and then sell it international. To sell it international para dollars, euros, especially since we have a lot of duties. And then here in Cebu, the plan was to reach out to mga DTI, mga businesses, Quezano, etc. And then it will be signed the before 6 months. Before we start then the plan is to market it already. Quezano will buy so many things for the employees and the Quezano. And then pag-produce ka, yun ang Christmas gift and they want to buy. The same thing with other stores. And if they see how big it is and how nice it is, they will support. That was how it will be enhanced. And then coming spirit, it's not historical, it's not only historical. According to what the historical says, diba? Make it current, but then historical. People and that women will support it. The different schools will support all over the state and town, but will support it. So, na-export support. Saka pili na lang ako, napili na kong Leon Gila. Ito na rin. Nag-casting na ako sa dalawa, kita, kaya si Roy and Playo. In fact, I talked to Roy and Playo. Kahit meron si Roy and Playo, how to relate na Rinella Navarro. Sabi niya, talk to one I met her. So I talked to her and then immediately Roy and Playo, you talk to my manager. Because I was thinking of not saying the one yet, the performance Could you imagine paying Kenneth for no pinaka, di ba? No pinaka. So, we went far, but I talk about it because after my great also ganit ang mga tao. Kasi the back of my mind, na sana it will happen. Sana it will happen. Thank you very much for speaking. See, this is probably the reason why we have to actively receive again after so many years of hiatus, and then because these are really great ideas. Dr. Ho provided us another vision of the direction and a continuation of a project that was part for a moment, and then Dr. Ho was saying, tingnan niya si Vice Mayor, i-propose ng Vice Mayor, hindi ko naman namin again.
But of course, like, thinking about that one, I'm not saying that that's not very but working on them without some, but that's how other ideas na, you want to just, okay, we'll part with that.
Every year na po. Every year na may shine kayo. Yes. So, kailangan feeling ka and then the everyone that will learn about ito. General maximum. Diba? Sabihan na yeah, yung tingnan. Kuwan siya. Pero kuwan siya. But I think probably again, and I think that we really have to schedule our next meeting again. Okay? But then again, we have to take note of these ideas para mapabalikan sa program. I'm just gonna finish this one and then proceed with some sort of open forum and then which is happening right now. And then sure lang. Sige, pinilang siya. And then the next needs no is culture-based education and how this could integrate into the gender practice of the organization. Also, grant writing is what was in my room. Stagecraft, costume design, acting, directing, rewriting, production management. Now we try to we try to group them together. So for example, so business in the board, no? Business, kung pwede ko siya, technical theater, creative, and administrative or research na mga training needs. So on business, kung saan kita ang nagawa na ang business. Pero ayaw ko ulit business. Ulit ko sa and then business management for theater production, for the other technical theater, like some designing and digitizing. Okay, digitizing production books should be in that. In the creative, stagecraft, costume design, acting, directing, writing. The admin side, research, culture-based education, grant writing, production management, and digitizing the production book. Something for us to contemplate again, that maybe we could just select, like for this quarter, all the trainings could be administrative, next quarter, all the trainings could be creative, or next, something like that. Just for us to get some foundational information for the next strategy planning. Now, sources of fund, just for inquiry, what's the mga sources of fund in our institutions? Number one, that is sponsorship. Get friends from sponsors from organizations, businesses,
and maybe personal data, ano. Pero, hindi kita reflective kayo para na ang sales is speaking. Sometimes we get something from our own pocket just to fuel or amplify our project. So, is it a bad thing? It is not really a bad thing, but um it could be one of the ways, especially in the yes. Okay, next, ticket sales. Tulad ka ng resulting na, enough na ticket sales or produce at production. So more of yes, next, vision from the workshops, sorry about that. Church organizations, external producers, and some partially funded by the school. And top strength of some organizations inside the UAC. They identified number one, curriculum-based theater trainings, members of organization, self-sustaining annual theater production, available theater artists and trainers who handle new production works, world-class musical, integrity, lots of eating. Lots of eating. This is not so evident this afternoon. So, lots of eating. Yes. Dedicated primarily to developing Cebuano youth, providing them with training and performance opportunities. Global mindset, which is also important. With training provided by local national theater professionals. Ability to represent Cebu figures of high-profile globally recognized musical plays. Script, materials, and actors. There are also some recognition strength in the market. Culture, attitude, longevity, society center, diverse backgrounds, method actors, standards, and diversity. So I'm just putting it here so that you can also know the strength of each organization. No? The strength of one organization could be the need of the other organization, and by this we can match, no? Match A from match column A to column B, something like that. And then identify trainers from each organization who actually handle workshop for the whole UAC, something like that. So these are the results of the survey. It is not well potentially ito tawag ko, terminology and o pa siya na-analyze pag ayaw, o pa siya na nakuha na transform into something magamit na data ganito. Pero these are just presentation of what came up during the survey. So yes, I think those are it. Those are it. And for this time, let open the floor for questions, for questions or clarifications, sharing of ideas, and maybe you can invite our council of leaders, again, Sir Rudy, please. The elders, the museums, the walking museum. Okay, and then to be here in front, just for us to share something, some questions, we can also. And then Nita Basilan, again, maybe Dr. Pope already went out. He wasn't in Dr. Pope. Yeah, she had
Hi, may hapon sa tanan. Sharing lang ako si Sinenet is come forward. Sinenet ako, we were part of those na naging of spirit. Beyond that class. Oh, that was the whole concept. Beyond that class. And I think we took about 5 nights to start off with a script, concept, and isa siya. Pero wala rin siya natiwas, no? I think it's because there was a lack of inspiration also again at that time. They were, no? Okay, so si Nenel ako, we had the time to go to her home, to her house. We really worked on that one. And that one like siya open focus, and we were also involved with other things, not trabaho, so not siya natiwas. Ang real nila lang original community with the council, no? Katong bongga-bongga with any political. But, nakatapos na po sa patuloy nila with Congress, ito lang ilang, sa ilang mentorship of you. So, sila. So, dito lang po kita ang segue sa concept of how the script works. So, maybe this is really the best time for you to come together and, come up and define ourselves who we are. And I remember when I was with the Center for the Popularization of the Thai Culture, way back in the 1980s, no? We were evaluating the effect of we will be in the Visayas region, all Central Visayas, Eastern and Western Visayas. We really went to discuss the concept precisely of this concept. And I cannot imagine to take almost 3 years, 30 years later, for things to, come into forest. Unsay tinuod, unsay real, no? And I'm just very grateful that I'm still with Bien, no? Bien is our mentor, this is one. Bien came from UP Diliman, and he's our professor, and he formed SPC Bantawan. I'm very happy. And then also with the Peta, with Gigi Tanto, and Sila Ben, and we came together as Banatag Center. I'm just happy na. Wala po siya mawala ang concept. It's still there. And I also realized the aspect of the audience appreciation. How audience will appreciate theater. Oh, yan mo ang story. Oh, yan mo na pangutahan namin dito. So, sige natin ng search, no? Ito mag-i-ay. And then, I just, nauna ko because this is multi-arts, no? Nauna ko maybe it's also good for reviewers, mga writers, to make reviews of performance of your production. We have a dearth of reviewers for that field. Oh, ako na siguro yung mga mag-review, no? At some point in my press releases, I realized wala rin sa ayo na reviewers. I think that's important. Of course, unless nakapagili mo din from home, katulungan, hindi mo niya maybe marketing, is to proceed with other things you do like discussions with the director, discussions with the performer, with the actor, with the supporting actor. So we have the discussion and then also promote our relationship. It's very important. And then, of course, in Banana Center, that we really big. We wanted to really establish a structure, which PETA did. Ang hanggang ko, anyway, ang PETA, with Germany funding, Pero lang, we are more or less go there na government units and we do that with Raymond Garcia there, and we have also BPI there. We pray people, this will be just great. The whole concept, the whole thing, ako, parang 2062, so I'm just happy, kasi I'm not there, dahil ako, inisip na ako contribution, pero I'm still happy I'm here. My love for theater and my love for performance is really important. Di naman kayo ganahan ng mga activities. The last that I was for was the Guadalupe. The Guadalupe. That's with It depends on the Lord, and of course, my Lord, the Lord is with heaven. I perform the race na. Can you imagine? So sad, that was the last. So, and if you consider paying what has to pay if I want to join, if you consider orang siguro, medyo nakakakimuha mo lang pa ako ang pinag-pinapapel. It's a while. So, yan, pakalipot na ako. Okay, na ako nakalala mo kahit po na. Okay, so I think I'm
Wait, some questions there from our.
I don't know how Bobo loved theater. When you were writing Liam Kilan, kaya matuman may kabili na. And then I said, I'll bring you home. No, I just go home. Tell the estafa, no?
Yes.
Estafa. So, one time, namubot na gito. I said, no, I'll bring you home. I want to know where you stay. So, I brought her home. Lalo naman eh. Lalo na tayo. Near Tita Diluano. Oo. When Tita Diluano, I said, lalo na natin Diluano. Then, asa naman yung istaka? Pero pa rin, layo and then, wala pa sakyanan, wala yung line. She will have to walk along the stand that okay, alam ko yung that's why next time I did not call her anymore.
We are available for 2 questions before proceeding to the next agenda. Do you have any questions, clarification? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sir Glenn, Sir Raj, Madam Manuel. Okay, our next agenda. Okay, so I have a copy here of the minutes on our last. So again, no, the CTEC is called Cebu Creative and Entertainment Council. Then there are actually 7 units, 7 arts that are being called or recalled for to represent CTEC. One of that is visual art or the literature, film, which is another visual art in Filipino, architecture and design, and then for the performing arts, only theater art was called. With the idea that dance and music is already integrated into the theater arts. Now, this coming, so the CTEC is doing an activity. It's called Cebu Chamber of Commerce Cebu Business Month. And then Cebu Business Month is divided into three programs. No, yeah, the other program, the last one is this coming October, in which all of us will be is asked to participate, being the new member of the council. So I'm going to read the specifications of that involvement and what are the things that we can do for the theater community during that time. This one though needed more this much tapos sa attention nga ito partner o ito sa pagsolusyonan kay para at least kung mulugwa na dito dito sa community one theater community dito na ato ang present sa ato pagdalima. Mo din na sila ang UAC or the theater community. Let me just recall okay, so
the expo is called the Cebu Business Month, the Creative Expo. And then it is going to be some sort of, there will be series of activities that will be presented there, like food, that's different arts. And then there will also be a booth that's dedicated for UAC. The meaning, if you have upcoming shows or whatever it is that you want to promote, there's a booth that we can put it in the booth and it will be open for days on the booth. And then in the series of programs that they will have on the first day is our major involvement. The beginning, they want to open uh, the 2-day business month with a performance, theatrical performance. And they were thinking of flash mob or an improv performance. At to ni siya i-held sa kaya ni pamilya sa El Pulso, inside El Pulso. So El Pulso will be open again and then for the Cebu Business Month celebration. What is the need? We need creators and participants who would be willing to go there and represent the theater community or UAC. We also need concept choreographers and directors and performers who will be there to do that. And then after the opening, Mr. Riaviles will be sitting in a panel to discuss about the future plans of the theater community or Unified Artists in Cebu for the next year, 2024, and the next 3 years. Just for all of the other disciplines in the art to know what's agama sa UAC. And maybe we'll be promulgating a survey again after this meeting, just to know the plans of each organization by next year, so that we can discuss it, no? And share it to the community. Hindi ka this month. So after then mo na siya double comment there. At least our theater community will be represented through a talk. And then going back to the first theme, I don't know how we will go about this, but we need those 25 performers who are available on October 20, the day one of the Cebu Business Month celebration. Facility and also the transportation and the food will be handled by the organization, the OPC. So there will be no problem with that. And so basically, all the contributors in the Cebu Business Month will, from the 7 disciplines, 7 arts, will have to contribute something and by their own, meaning they're also contributing it for free, and they're actually expecting us to do the same. Just for that 10 to 15 minutes, not even 10 minutes performance. Do you have any idea? Or will probably generate some suggestions? We'll ask suggestions or not in this meeting, because I can just get the people.
If there are enough steamers out by to be able to find the rest of all
Sige. Deadlines, sige. We'll try to submit deadlines and we'll promulgate it next week. Yeah, okay. And then if the rehearsal need to start.
maybe can we start the
Maybe. So actually, we're waiting for the team for the Cebu Business Month, and then I told them that our performance will be based on what they'll be giving, and
the old song
to build this city.
hey, what no
Yeah.
wow
We built this city, city for life. We built this city, more than 100 for sure, truly award opening, that's the point award opening. So that's very musical. Okay, so yes,
Kamay na lang. Kaya mag-iisip pa kung
oh, that's also a very good option. So, coming from productions, mountain. Yes. Ang reverse para sa break out, pwede ano, or maybe we can, yeah, or the musical plays of Miss Penny, existing materials. So there are a lot of options. Sige, and then we'll create some sort of point with the other people for that. And then we'll just, okay, maybe this time what we need to establish is the next meeting, the schedule of the next meeting. So by this coming, so on September 30, we are set to have a meeting with PTI and CCTV. And we are just going to be requiring the heads of each organization, each company join, and then CCBC will basically ask us multiple questions. But we will also present the survey, the survey to them. They already asked Rudy and me with a lot of things. And so Rudy gave a very, very profound situation of our community, but it would also be best, if the members of or each of the groups will be represented. So that maybe there's some angles that walang malatihan na kailangan natin communicate. What kabalong atong mga that works, okay. So again, there is UAC as one party umbrella, and then there's also still our individual organization. So September 30, that is, and we will just announce the GC, the venue, and the time. Now, after September 30, we have to meet again to do the strategic planning for all the things that we discussed. And then we're hoping for a bit like an attendance like this. Si Sir Mario ito, di ko madali siya, but salamat kayo for special props to Mr. Mario because Badin is like 4 hours away from the city, and all of us are considering the city Mr. Mario is trying to make performing arts alive in Banya. Thank you very much. So again, no, other project, you know, okay. Sige. And then we'll also create some sort of poll. When will be our next meeting after September 30? But September 30 is fixed. We have to make time. Do you have any questions, clarifications about everything? Andrew from Face Space. Do you want to promote anything? I think Andrew have something to promote.
Love it. So next month, in October 27th, we will be showing an original Cebuano play by Cebuano Arnold. But right now he is the teacher, and we're gonna do a drama for 1.5 hours. Yeah, but yet one casino. Tickets are we're selling it right now, so probably you can share it in the GC. And forward to not seeing one of our partners. Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew. Okay, who else? I think the two things that tonight, and tomorrow in Siddhartha Theatre in Mongway. And then there's also a question from Sir Alan. Is that? Oh, yeah.
Hi. I was writing to Rudy. Can you hear me?
Okay, we can mention that Sir Alan would be. How do we?
Yes.
The CPP right now is a project with National Gallery by Ayala. So they're showing the performances that we are trying to negotiate. The Ireland BYC group is trying to negotiate to replicate the same here in Cebu. So on that one, now it is going to we can finalize that we announce it. That's it.
What do you need to do? What do you need to do? You did the deals. February, there's another. And then, Jeffrey by Sir Mundo, will be on November. Any other announcements you want to say? Any announcement? This will be in the general library. Okay, that's pretty exciting. But another case, Karen Cloud will do it in February. Because by Boguang Chan. And then that will also go to South Africa. Many auditions also. And then two target dates. Yeah. You can create a call. When you can move, no, it's going to move anywhere. Let's see. October 14, is that okay? 14 first day, and then next day will be October 21. 2 Saturdays. October 14, we'll just, do you have any schedules on those dates? October 14? Saturday. 21. Or available October 21. 21, no dates. And you will have to pay, no? Or let's do it morning. Saturday. You can make it a whole day thing. Dili na lang sila adlaw.
Okay. So, yes, October 21 is the day. Okay. With regard to the time, we're looking at 9 o'clock in the morning, is that okay? And up until 4 p.m. And so, for example, bring your own for everyone, whole day, 8, 9, 10, 11, 8 or 9, 10, 11, you know, 6 hours, 1 minute, 1 hour break. Ah, dalam perasaan nanay, bring food to there. October 21, at 9 4 p.m. Is that okay? 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. October 21. To be announced, if this is convenient, you may consider having it here. Okay. Yes, triviality. We're talking about the book no? Or the eye, yeah. For the vision, no. Hope is what? Hope. Anyway, what I was thinking about is Cebu province has a bigger budget. Cebu has the richest province in the whole Philippines. And second, which is Batangas, I think, only 1/10 of one of the book. So, kind of, if you think about Mandaue or Bulacan, on Cebu na siya. So my question is really, how do we transition from Cebu City at the start going to the province? Going to the province because Cebu na talaga. And then once reach, once the busy ang mga tao sa UAC they can go to the different train, the different town. Maybe you could see that we do a bit later also. His father. He actually then definitely we have to put that into one. I can also bring that to Gwen. For because she was my classmate. If you be broadcast. Okay, so it's already 4:21. It's free. Let's have one picture. One of the pictures. Very productive afternoon. Maybe Sir Alan can open his camera. So Sir Alan is very patient to
Zoom sponsored by Alan.
Zoom sponsored.
UAC.
Maybe we can stay here. Yeah, slowly lang. Ay, happy. I-on, Sir Alan. Kana. Ah. Happy lagi ha. Ay, ay.
The UAC.
Kahit katong gano'n. Salamat.